My name is James, and I live in a small town with my family. I love to tell funny stories to my friends and family. But today, I want to share an unforgettable incident that happened to me. It was a funny day, but also a little embarrassing and frustrating at the same time. The morning panic begins. One morning, I woke up early because I had to go to school. I stretched my arms, yawned loudly, and lazily got out of bed. The bright morning sunlight filtered through my window, and I felt good about the day ahead. I quickly got dressed in my favorite blue t-shirt and a pair of jeans. Then I reached under my bed where I always kept my shoes. But when my hand touched the floor, there was nothing there. I frowned. That's strange. I thought. I bent down and looked under the bed properly. No shoes. I started checking other places, inside the closet, behind the door, and even in the bathroom. Nothing. My shoes had mysteriously vanished. At first, I thought I was just being forgetful. Maybe I had placed them somewhere unusual the night before. But as minutes passed, I started to worry. I always kept my shoes in the same place. Where could they be? The great search begins. I rush to the living room, hoping to find them lying around. No luck. I checked the kitchen, thinking maybe my mother had moved them while cleaning. Still no luck. Then I had a suspicion. My younger brother, Ethan, was always up to some mischief. He loved playing pranks, and this seemed like something he would do. I stormed into his room. "Ethan, did you take my shoes?" Ethan was sitting on his bed playing with his toy car. He looked up at me with innocent eyes and said, "No, James, I didn't see your shoes." But the way he smiled told me otherwise. He was clearly hiding something. "Ethan, are you sure?" I asked, narrowing my eyes. "Yes, big brother," he said, trying to keep a straight face. I sighed and continued my search. I checked under the sofa, behind the curtains, and even inside the washing machine. But my shoes were nowhere to be found. Time was running out. I had only 10 minutes left before I had to leave for school. The unexpected solution. Just then, my mother walked into the room. "James, why are you running around like a lost puppy?" "Mom, my shoes are missing. I can't find them anywhere," I said, almost panicking. Mom shook her head and said, "Well, you don't have time to look anymore. Just wear your slippers and go to school." I froze. Wear slippers to school? No way. My slippers were old, worn out, and definitely not suitable for school. But I had no other choice. Reluctantly, I put them on and hurried out the door. The slipper disaster at school. As soon as I stepped into the school hallway, I felt like everyone was staring at my feet. My classmates noticed immediately. "James, are you starting a new school trend? Slippers instead of shoes?" someone joked. "Hey, James, did your shoes run away?" another friend teased. My best friend Michael walked up to me, took one look at my feet, and burst out laughing. "James, what's with the slippers? Are you the new slipper king?" I sighed. "I lost my shoes this morning." Michael laughed even harder. "James, you are the only person I know who loses shoes. What's next, losing your backpack?" Despite feeling embarrassed, I couldn't help but smile. The situation was ridiculous, and I knew I would laugh about it later. The mystery finally solved. After school, I rushed home, determined to solve the mystery of my missing shoes. I walked into my room and looked around carefully. I checked the usual spots once again. Then something strange caught my eye. My pillow looked odd. It was unusually lumpy, as if something was stuffed inside it. Curious, I reached for my pillow and pressed it. There was definitely something hard inside. With a sinking feeling, I unzipped the pillowcase and pulled out my missing shoes. I stood there dumbfounded. Who in the world puts shoes inside a pillowcase? Just then, I heard loud laughter from the doorway. I turned to see Ethan standing there, laughing so hard he was clutching his stomach. "You hid my shoes," I shouted. Ethan grinned. "Yes, it was a joke. I wanted to see how long it would take you to find them." I groaned. "Ethan, you are so annoying. Do you know how embarrassed I was at school?" Ethan just kept laughing. "It was worth it," he said between giggles. The lesson learned. Later that evening, Ethan came to my room, looking a little guilty. "James, I'm sorry," he said. "I didn't mean to make you so upset. It was just a prank." I sighed and shook my head. "Just don't do it again. Okay, it's not funny when I'm in a hurry." Ethan nodded. Okay, but admitted it was a little funny." I smiled, maybe just a little. We both laughed, and I finally wore my shoes to school the next day. But from that day on, I always checked under my pillow before going to school. Final thought. So that was the day I lost my shoes. It was a mix of panic, embarrassment, and laughter. But in the end, it became one of my funniest childhood memories. And now, whenever I wake up, I make sure to check my shoes first thing in the morning.